Yo, beautiful earthlings! Welcome on board. I am Y311H. Before we even say anything else, let's hear our message of today. Blessed is he whose help is the God of Jacob, whose hope is in the Lord, his God. Wonderful. Interesting actually. That's our message from the book of Psalms 146 verse 5. Now, the intention of this video is to spread good vibes to the whole world, unite all creatures of God, remind everyone the importance of forgiveness and honesty, and ensure every good vibe soul loves their neighbor the way they love themselves. This message, my friend, we spread it while reacting to good vibes videos, the type of videos that we shall be seeing together today. But in all this, we are guided by the Supreme Creator, Maker of all, whom we start by giving thanks to before we take a look at the videos. So together, let's take some few seconds and give thanks for life. Wonderful Creator of all, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for your goodness and love, Father. Thank you for the experience we shall have together with your precious child, today's viewer. We give you glory for all. Thank you, dear Lord, for the many blessings you will pass to them. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do give thanks. Amen. Interesting earthling. Let's take a look at these videos.
It wouldn't be no Eminem if it wasn't for Kevin Black. My name is, hey guys, you gonna, hey. It wouldn't be
So
no
what was your approach for that record?
easy. I got a hot white boy. Check this out. This is how I broke Eminem. And nobody can tell you this but me. I broke Eminem. Jimmy was like, we got a white boy. He hot, black. I'm ready to put the bank behind him. He hot. He said, I need you to make him hot. I said, I'm going to find out if he hot. First thing I went to New York. Flex used to have on his show a rap battle. So I told Eminem, tonight they got DMX, nigga. It's up to you. You don't win this one, we might as well just go back to California. He said, don't worry.
I mean, he had to rap battle DMX.
DMX. And what happened was Flex was playing, that was his show, battling. You know, it may be one night Jay-Z battling, Murder Mook battling Jada Kid. So everybody was battling.
So when you say battling, you mean they would play their record?
No.
Or they would
play
actually
an
show
instrument.
up?
They would play an instrumental, either they was on the phone or they was in the studio, and they would rap. And you couldn't say nothing that you had on your record. Because then they hit that button, ooh, ooh, and ooh, ooh mean you're repeating on your record. And some of these guys, lyrical bandits.
Wow. So what happened that night?
I mean, with Eminem,
and DMX.
I know you're going to play this shit for the world. Eminem tore his ass up.
Damn.
And DMX, Eminem, I was like, okay, here it comes. He was not losing in New York. And then at the end, he'll say something like, bring on the next one. And Flex was like, somebody call up here and get him off this stage. Flex knew how to charge him up. It was nice. Eminem probably was my hardest rapper, but my best.
Hey, that's a good vibe story to start with, my friends. Interesting.
Want to sell me new headlights?
Wow, they look nice.
Buddy. So I have just taken out my headlights with my Mexican camera guy right here. It took us 30 seconds. It's the same shit as a fucking Toyota Corolla. You unscrew this screw, you unscrew this screw right here, and where's the other one? And then the one down here. You disconnect the module in the back, and that's it. It's really not that hard. You guys wanted to quote me who knows how much to change them, remove them, and replace them. So we're gonna send them to our 3D printer guy. He's gonna scan another Bugatti, which is one of my friends. He's going to scan that headlight, and we're gonna refabricate this glass right here and put it back on the car in 24 hours. How about that?
Wow, I'm happy for that, brother. Hey, there's some interesting machine
Is this
you got
sugarcane
there.
edible? This is mini sugarcane. It is mainly used for potted plants, but it is also edible.
Is this sugarcane edible?
This is rainbow
What
sugarcane.
type of
The
question
fibers
is
are
this?
coarse, which affects the texture, making it not tasty.
Is this sugarcane edible?
This is red heart sugarcane. A red core in sugarcane indicates high toxicity. You must not eat it. If eaten, even doctors may not be able to help.
Is this sugarcane edible?
This is
very
sweet sorghum,
funny. I
also
don't
called
think this
sugarcane
form
sorghum.
had
It is not
really
actually
gotten
sugarcane, but it has a sweet taste.
Is this sugarcane edible?
This is golden sugarcane. It is very juicy, sweet but not cloying, and delicious.
Is this sugarcane
Very
edible?
edible.
This is black skin sugarcane. It is inexpensive, but overly sweet and not tasty.
Is this sugarcane
All type
edible?
of
This is
sugarcane
red
are
skin
edible.
sugarcane. It tastes very refreshing and is considered the
But how
world's
are they
best
feeding
tasting
their
sugarcane.
like
Is this
this?
sugarcane
Aye.
edible?
This
You
is
cannot
green
feed
skin
sugarcane.
sugarcane. It has a
This
very
is
high
fake
sugar
sugarcane.
content, and the
Sugarcane
skin
is
is quite
not-
hard. It is
Why
mainly
they
used for
come with
making
the
sugar,
sugarcane
and
one
is
of
generally
these
not
days?
eaten as
Look,
fruit.
Is
my
this
friend,
sugarcane edible?
aye, this
This
is not
white
sugarcane.
cane sugarcane. It is the only sugarcane that grows wrapped in protective layers, mainly to prevent lodging. It is not overly
Yes, that
sweet,
is how
so
you're
the
supposed
elderly
to
and
peel a
children can
sugarcane.
eat it safely.
Not,
Is
not
this
like
sugarcane
this.
edible?
Ah, this
This
is
is
fake
purple skin
sugarcane. You
sugarcane.
cannot
It is
peel
rich in
sugarcane
juice
like
and
this.
tasty.
Aye. English people, what type of sugarcane are you feeding on? I'll come with one and show you soon. Now look at this. Wow. This one look like strange drawings on strange articles. Look at this thing. It's like this thing is doing some electrical shocking things. Aye. This thing is removing sparks. Aye. But it is connected to some electricity below it. How is this happening? What? Man, what is this? Wow, this one is full of mysterious things. Wow. Yeah, the sound, this one is unbelievable. What type of metal could this be? And it looks like there's nothing holding those stones together. Are they floating? What is this? I honestly think that below that thing there must be some technology hidden.
We saw evidence the Defense Ministry is thinking outside the box, way outside the box. It's funding tests to see if these giant Madagascar hissing cockroaches can be repurposed from repulsive pests to miniature battlefield assets.
This is a left turn, and this is a right turn.
Stefan Wilhelm's year-old startup, Swarm Biotactics in central Germany, is working with the Bundeswehr to develop technology that can steer the creepy critters autonomously and send them on reconnaissance missions. He let me take control.
Wow.
They're super resilient, and as you can see, I mean, they can crawl through tiny spaces, can go up the wall, into pipes, like underground in rubble.
You know this is really bizarre.
Is it?
Swarm's insect neuroscientists
What?
attach electrodes
Hey.
to the roach's antenna.
Every time
They
we see this
insist
video,
this
somebody is
doesn't hurt,
surprised.
stimulating
This
their
Russians in
natural
English
ability
lands
to
have seen
navigate.
it all.
The
What?
electrodes are hidden in these bug-sized backpacks, along with a battery and microchips. They're working to shrink the technology to soon look like this. Swarm's AI-generated video shows how they might be deployed, carrying cameras, microphones, and Doppler radar into war zones.
This is sounds like
Right now,
movie
we're hearing
stuff,
that
to be
Russia
honest.
is rearming
No way.
itself. They've got more tanks, more armaments. How does this compete?
We have to be smarter. We have to use intelligence. We have to use autonomy, because we wouldn't have enough personnel or enough equipment if you look at what Russia produces right now. So I think this is a shift we see in the German startups.
How long do you think it's going to be before they make the announcement that we've had contact with outer space?
This is John Lear.
What?
Never.
You don't think so?
No. I used to think so. I used to think they were getting us prepared, but I have no doubt now that they never intended to, and I fully agree with them. Now, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you know, I was going on the lecture, hey, you got to listen to this, you got to see what's going on. Now, I know they were right. I mean, mankind is not and will never be ready for this kind of information.
Our friend
Sure,
here
it's
thinks
interesting
the
for you
UFO
and me,
issue is
and,
too
uh,
big for
you know,
people to
very small
handle,
segment
and
of
religious
society,
people
and,
couldn't handle it.
It's tremendously interesting, but no way should the public ever be told about this.
What do you think would happen if they were?
it would probably cause problems that the governments of the world are not equipped.
I'm 31 years old. I just moved into my parents' house because I just moved to New Jersey from Tennessee. Okay. Please tell me why this is how you turn their Christmas tree on. I'm sure you've seen this. This is their Christmas tree. This.
Wow, this trees in English that's really suffer. You think this is the season that trees really fear there?
Do I need
Because
this
I've
to
been
turn the
seeing
tree
lots of trees in people's houses recently in these videos.
Hello?
Remember that DoorDash driver accused of spraying pepper spray on a meal leading to a woman getting sick? Well, now authorities have made an arrest. And wait till you hear her defense. She claims she was just shooing away a spider.
What?
But cops aren't buying it.
Last week, we told you about DoorDash driver Courtney Stevenson, seen in this video appearing to pepper spray a bag of food. Homeowner Mark Carden says his wife Mandy felt sick after eating the food at their home in Indiana.
I went back and watched the footage from my doorbell camera and realized that the food had been tampered with.
Now the DoorDash driver is getting a delivery of her own as two cops come to her home to arrest her.
Do you have any idea why we're here?
Probably the thing out of Indiana.
Yes, ma'am.
Moments later, out come the handcuffs.
Put your hands behind your back for me. You're under arrest, okay?
Courtney Stevenson is charged with consumer product tampering and battery. But get this, she's telling cops she was spraying a spider, not the food. She says she's terrified of the critters. The local sheriff in Indiana isn't buying it.
I think of all the things you might want to use to defeat a spider, pepper spray is probably pretty low on the list.
This story certainly touched a nerve. It's gotten more than 47 million views across Inside Edition's social media pages.
I want to talk about discernment. Yes. Okay. Being able to separate truth from lies, reality from unreality. A 22-year-old man named Tyler Robinson has been arrested and charged with the murder of your husband. And yet there are a huge number of conspiracy theories, you might call them brain rot, that are spreading right now online about the actual story behind the reality. One, people say that Tyler Robinson was actually a MAGA Republican. Or two, some people say you were actually a Mossad agent sitting in front of me and you were Charlie's handler and Israel killed Charlie. Right. Other people say that a number of men in the crowd were wearing maroon T-shirts, and this signifies that his killing was an elite airborne operation, whatever that means. They say that the rings on your fingers, which are
my kids' initials, my wedding band, the Medal of Freedom, my engagement ring.
But apparently they symbolize some kind of secret plot. There's also a new theory that Egyptian aircraft have been tracking you. What is going on? Why are there so many conspiracies spreading about what seems to be a pretty open and shut case?
This is the first time that we have seen evil on display where we have social media at our fingertips. Something so evil that happened, people are wanting answers immediately. They are wanting to figure out how to wrap their mind around this. Egyptian planes.
Egyptian planes. Do you believe that Tyler Robinson murdered your husband?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think it is so hard for so many people to believe that reality?
Because it's too simple. Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not. I've seen the autopsy report. I've seen our case pulled together. I've been in constant contact with our lawyers, the prosecuting
you mean
team.
this was something that happened?
And let me tell you this. Why in the world?
Wow, this is the story about the Sharikak guy. Is it too?
Prior to the trial,
this is the wife.
lay all of our hands and cards on the table for the defense team to see, to somehow then...
They should let her be. Just leave her to have some peace.
I want to get on the Egyptian plane thing. Take a flight on that for a second. What I will say is what I'm worried
at first they didn't know what is going on. They thought it was a random interview. I hadn't understood what's happening. But if that's the case, my friends, please
where we are
Let's
seeing the
leave this woman
implications.
alone. Let her have some peace.
Correct. I'd prefer never to say any of their
This
names.
is
They
so
do not
bad.
even deserve the ounce of oxygen and breath out of my body. But what I mean is it's fascinating to see how social media will impact that court case. Just how it might impact mine. If that
Children of God, you see on this side of the world,
well, I'm
a
nervous that there could
grieving
be,
woman or
they'll
people,
say we
you let
can't find
them be.
a
Let
fair
them
jury,
have their
that they're going to
peace.
taint the jury
You
pool.
don't
And
go
in that
back to
case,
that issue. It's like hitting on a wound.
yes.
That's how mainstream they become. Okay.
Egyptian planes.
You
We'll
want to talk
attack
about Egyptian planes?
Okay. I was pregnant for 90% of those trips. Mind you, I've never, all those places they said I've traveled, I've never been. I mean, I've been, but I'm not within those dates that they've.
But you even said you need to address
No, but this is, yeah, but I do on that one, only because, from a humor standpoint, I intentionally, when I was pregnant, hid. Not because I was embarrassed, not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private, but it's because it was a moment very sacred. I was growing a human inside of me, my baby. The world that Charlie and I live in is very toxic at times.
Yeah.
And when you are growing a beautiful child in you,
From this side of the world, English people, we got a few as really advanced people. People of respect and culture, good vibes. Because we don't expect things like this to be going on there. From this side of the world, people respect people that are having difficulties, mourning. You support them. You don't try to, how? This is like adding salt or pepper on a wound. Yeah. This child of God even must really have a big heart.
Being banned tomorrow or not? Well, the short answer is yes, it will, unless one of two things happens. One, unless TikTok is sold, like literally switches ownership by tomorrow, or two, unless President Trump signs another executive order to extend the deadline to ban TikTok again. Well, we're pretty sure that the company is not going to be sold and switch ownership by tomorrow. More on that in a second. So the
Tomorrow
only real
already
option
passed
left
on
to keep
this side
TikTok
of
alive
the
in the
world.
United
We are
States
on the
after
next day.
tomorrow is for President Trump to sign another executive order to extend the ban for the 5th time. But he has not done that yet. And I want to talk about that option first because that's most likely what's going to happen. According to this executive order Trump signed back on September 16th, he pushed back the TikTok ban deadline to December 16th in accordance with the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. Back in September, both Trump and the Treasury Secretary said they had reached a deal with China to sell TikTok, but they needed more time to complete the complicated process of offloading one of the biggest social media company platforms in the world from Chinese control to at least the US version being transferred into American control. Back in September, Trump said another 3-month delay in the TikTok ban would help his administration complete that process. But China never confirmed that they had agreed to any sale. All China has ever said is that they will continue to work with the United States to properly address issues related to TikTok. Well, here we are, 3 months later. Tomorrow's the December 16th deadline, and that sale process is not done. In fact, some of the investors that Trump announced would be involved in buying the U.S. version of TikTok have recently said that they have no idea what's going on with the sale. But they're ready to go when Trump gives them the green light. So what's the holdup? Well, it's really two things. One, as I reported more than a year ago when Congress was debating the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act, the sale deadline that lawmakers included in the legislation was always unrealistic. The sale of any huge global company takes a very long time, but then in the case of TikTok, you have to add in the complications of strict antitrust laws and a big media company and foreign politics with China of all countries. This deal was always going to take a long time. The other issue is China itself. Because of the way things work in that communist country, businesses like ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, can't just sell. The deals have to go through the Chinese government. And not only does China not want to give up control of this huge global business called TikTok, they also do not want to give up control of the critical TikTok algorithm, which was developed by a Chinese company. But the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act demands both of those things be turned over to the Americans. And therein lies the problem. But regardless of what China wants, the law in the United States says what it says. And the Supreme Court ruled that that law banning TikTok is constitutional. TikTok was supposed to be banned almost a year ago. And here we are, still using it. And TikTok's ownership remains exactly the same. There are some real national security concerns and legal issues that are starting to creep up here, and all the kicking the can down the road we're seeing from the Trump administration is becoming problematic. The law allows the president, in a certain circumstance, to give TikTok only one 90-day extension of the ban. And here we are, about to potentially see the fifth. Even lawmakers who support TikTok and want it to stay alive in the United States are like, these continued extensions of the ban seem a little suspect. Now, I tell you all of this to just keep in the back of your mind that even if Trump signs another executive order to extend the deadline to ban TikTok, again for the fifth time, there are going to be serious legal questions about whether he has the power to keep doing this without producing an actual sale of TikTok and transfer of control.